Hi, it's Jim McDonald. So I was driving back from class that I did yesterday. I did a walk out near Ann Arbor, and I was driving home, and I was like, "Ow!" I don't know why, but my eye kind of was irritated, and it was a little bit mucusy, a little bit runny, kind of teary, and it hurt. And I got home and I looked at it, and it's all red. Look at this. So yeah, that's a bummer. And a lot of people, I think, when they have eye issues that are kind of minor and trivial, they just kind of bear with it and get through it and wait till it's over. But we're herbalists. We can make eye washes. Eye washes are cool. They're underutilized and they're easy to make, and there's all kinds of ways to use them. So that's what we're going to look at how to do. So there's all kinds of herbs you can put into an eye wash, but today what we're gonna do is I don't know, maybe like that much plantain. And I'm an eyeballer. About that much chamomile. The plantain is like a vulnerary, so it's tissue healing and kind of soothing, and it's also a little bit astringent, so that's good for leakiness and ooziness of tissues, and a little bit demulcent, so that's good for sort of dryness and irritation of tissues. And the chamomile is anti-inflammatory and soothing. So we're going to let this steep for a little while covered so that we retain the chamomile's volatile oils and come back when it cools down. So this steep maybe like 10 or 20 minutes, and that's good. That should do. And we got to strain it now. And if you're making tea, you can totally use a strainer like this. But if you're going to pour something into your eyeball, you don't want the little floaties that are going to come through here to get in your eyeball. So I always think it's a good idea to strain stuff through a coffee filter. And my favorite way to do that is to use a little pour over cone and filter. Now the ratio for an eye wash is 1/4 teaspoon of salt and a cup's worth of strained tea. 1/4 teaspoon, 1/4 teaspoon, 0.25 teaspoons per 8 fluid ounce cup of tea. That makes a saline solution. If you put too much salt in, it's gonna hurt. And if you put not enough salt in, it's gonna feel like you got water in your eye. So this ratio is what we wanna shoot for. Stir it up, make sure all the salt is dissolved into the tea. And importantly, don't put this in your eye if it's still steaming. Okay, so you've made your eye wash. Now, how do you use it? The first thing you want to think about is, do you wear contacts? If you do, take them out. Put them in one of these. You don't put tea in your contacts. I don't think that's great for them. It'll stain them, and then one side of your vision will be green forever. It might be kind of cool, but also maybe not. You could use a dropper, nice clean dropper, and you could stick it in your tea, your saline tea, and then you could, oh my gosh, this is so intimidating. I missed. I missed again. Oh, it's too close to my eye. Yeah. This works, but that's a little bit messy. Yeah, some people just can't handle the eye drops. So another thing you could do is you get like a nice little clean washcloth. Don't do it over your floor. It just spills water all over. Okay. Let's just pretend like I planned that better. But like now I've got a compress, and I can press it into my eye. And this is kind of nice, but it doesn't get contact with your eye itself, your eyeball itself, because you don't want to be pressing cotton on your eyeball. But still, if it's just affecting like your eyelids and your mucosa more on the surface, maybe you have a sty or something, you can definitely do a compress. You can do that. But the gold standard of eye washes is to use an eye cup. They make different kinds of eye cups. This is a silicone eye cup. Get them online. Not too expensive. You can boil them to keep them sterilized. And what we do with an eye cup is pour some eye wash into it and then put it over our eye. And then we hold it in place. Might drip a little bit. And then we can have our eye open. wiggle around, get direct contact, a lot of prolonged contact with our saline eye wash tea under our eye. It is, however, dripping into my ear a little bit. But let's be honest, you don't have an eye cup. I mean, maybe like 1-2% of you have an eye cup. Most of you don't have an eye cup. So how useful it is to tell you that the gold standard is to use an eye cup. You don't have one. Well, what you might have swim goggles. A lot of people have swim goggles, and they're really just like a strap-on eye cup, and we can use it pretty much the same way. So I fill up my swim goggle with tea, and I hold it up to my face, and I press it on. Oh, and look, it's an eye cup, except, again, it's a strap-on eye cup. So I can like connect it, and I don't even need to hold it. I don't need to hold my head like this. I don't need to lay down. I can walk around and do all kinds of stuff with my strap-on eye cup. I always make such a mess doing these videos. I need to clean stuff up. Yeah, laundry is never ending. Can you hand me a wrench?
The dwarves listened and shook their beards, for they knew that they must soon venture into the forest, and that after the mountains it was the worst of the perils that they had to pass before they came to the dragon's stronghold.